Two young women were raped in a car park off Hindley Street late on Saturday night into Sunday morning. A 20-year-old man and 17-year-old boy have already been arrested and charged, and now a 23-year-old man from Kensington has also been charged with 2 counts of rape. He'll face court today. A truck with smoking brakes was defected after barrelling down the freeway last night. The driver was able to stop the B-double safely on Port Rush Road. It's been examined and towed away. Police are investigating whether the driver had effective control. Passengers heading away these Christmas holidays are being warned not to turn up to the airport drunk. Australian Federal Police attended more than 800 alcohol-related incidents across the country in the past 12 months. There's also a potential for flight cancellations and delays, and Acting Superintendent Mike Smith says people need to remain calm and respectful.
There's always the case that people will get frustrated with delays or cancellations, and we ask the public to be respectful. And of course, as the message with most of the airports is, make sure you get there in plenty of time, and we'll be responding and make sure we've got a presence around those peak times.
The US is pledging to help Australia build nuclear-powered submarines as soon as possible. Zach De Silva has the details.
As tensions rise in the Indo-Pacific, the annual AUSMIN talks have wrapped up with an agreement to deepen defence cooperation. Along with building nuclear-powered subs, the US and Australia will also be involved in increased military exercises. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says it's important our capabilities are up to scratch.
We're committed to delivering on that promise at the earliest possible time.
Australia's Defence Minister Richard Marles is grateful for the support.
Today we have taken real steps forward.
Mr Marles and Foreign Minister Penny Wong now head to Tokyo to meet with their Japanese counterparts.
Now turning to FIVEAA sport, and the AFL has locked in the name of its extra round next year. It's called Gather Round, a festival of footy. SA will host the event in April next year, which will feature all 18 clubs playing in our state across 4 days. The fixture is expected to be released later this week. Fast bowler Scott Boland will replace Pat Cummins in Australia's team for the second men's test against the West Indies, which starts tomorrow. Cummins is out with a quad strain. It's the second consecutive Adelaide test he's missed after testing positive to COVID last year. New skipper Steve Smith says he's looking forward to seeing Boland in action.
It's a nice replacement. I think he averages about 10 in test cricket, so yeah, obviously unfortunate for Paddy. It's kind of ironic again that it's the Adelaide test match, but yeah, Scotty's going to come in and I'm sure he'll do another magnificent job for us.
And Morocco has continued its giant killing run at the FIFA World Cup, beating Spain on penalties, setting up a quarter-final with heavyweights Portugal. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
G'day there. South Road starting to build just a touch through Theberton and Edwardstown, and Brighton Road, a similar story at Diagonal Road. A few of the restrictions have lifted following the 500 over the weekend. The Catterville Terrace reopened, but that said, East Terrace still out of action between Angus Street and Bartels Road. Say yeah, nah to Qatar and yes to Sportsbet, the easiest place to bet this World Cup. Download the Sportsbet app today. Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Are your dentures uncomfortable or causing you problems? Contact the experienced caring team at Dentures Direct today.
Partly cloudy this afternoon, 21. Cloudy tomorrow, 21. Friday, partly cloudy, 26. And Saturday, partly cloudy and a top of 34. Right now it's 20 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A leak in a levee forces the first Riverland evacuation. Indonesia's controversial sex ban, what it means for Bali tourists. We reveal the junk food that's bad for both your waistline and for your brain. Adelaide to see Steve Smith captain Australia for the first time since Sandpaper Gate. And the most Google searched word of the year. I'm Will McDonald. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
$13.95, Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Jade Robran.
Hello, welcome to Tech Talk.
FIVEAA Tech Talk with Richard Pascoe.
Welcome to the show, Richard Pascoe. Thanks to to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. How are you this afternoon?
How can you not be good on a day like today?
It is smashing, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
I know. Summer is just around the corner.
It is. Sun shining, birds are chirping.
Yes.
Which is great.
I know.
That's what we like.
Hey, you've got a bit of an update for us on the Optus saga.
I've got an
happening?
unusual update for you. So I was with a client this morning and they're about to go overseas. So they were concerned about roaming. Now, they got no answers at all from the Optus shop, so they called me around to go along and have a look. And I'm on her app, and if you're an Optus customer, you should have the My Optus app on your phone. Logged into the Optus app, and I went, "What's your phone number?" And she tells me the phone number, and I went, "Doesn't match the phone number that's on here."
What?
She went, "Exactly right. That's what we both said." "What? How come?" Changed the phone number on the app, and then I started to message using the message part of it as well.
Sure.
They gave me the other phone number that nobody knows where this has come from. So I said, "Were you part of the..." I'd already asked whether you're part of the Optus app, Optus hack on there as well. She said, "No, I checked. I wasn't part of the check." So we did all the overseas stuff for it, and they activated it. Got to say, Optus should know when you're leaving the country and when you're coming back, and just know to charge the $10 a day.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't have to manually activate it. I reckon that's absolute nonsense.
Don't you have to on Telstra as
No,
well?
you just go, and then they just charge you the $10 a day. I stand corrected, but that's the way last time I worked. That's
that's good to know.
That's how it worked.
Okay.
Came back and I said, "Oh, by the way, is my number," because I'm acting on her behalf.
Yeah.
She's right in front of me, going, "Part of the Optus hack." 5 minutes goes by, 6 minutes goes by, comes back and goes, "Yes, your government will pay you for a new driver's licence." So she's obviously part of it. But they've gone around and said she wasn't part of it, got no service when they came to the Optus store at all.
And then got a random phone
Then
number
got around.
attached.
So, you know, if you've got the Optus app on your phone,
Yeah.
first thing I'd be doing is checking whether it's your right phone number in your details on the Optus app.
Absolutely.
If it's not, get on your message app, go through to the service people on there as well, and get them to check. Because, you know, you might be all part of it, but you don't know you're part of it.
That's a nice surprise ahead of Christmas.
Yes.
You know, last week we had the lovely call from the lady that was vision impaired and couldn't get into the Optus shop.
They did a great, yeah.
They did. Optus reached out and helped her. So
Which
that
is
was
great.
excellent. So
Good and bad.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much
we
for that.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, that was only fresh, wasn't it?
Ex-Crows player.
Yes, it was. Rod Jamison, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you if you are listening. That
Yeah,
was
thanks,
really,
Rod.
really nice of you to do that.
I might have booed you on the sidelines a few times when you played, but we'll
but
let
credit where
bygones
credit's
be.
due.
Yeah, we'll let bygones be bygones. Yes, no, I thought it was great.
Let's talk to Judith in Paraka. Hi, Judith.
Hi. Hello, Jay. Hello, Richard. How
Hi,
you going?
Good, Judith.
Good. I just got one question, Richard. My iPhone and my iPad, I had the iOS 15 point whatever it was.
Yes.
And now it was asking me, do I want to swap to the 16 something?
Yes, you
and
do.
I do, because
Yes,
I've
you
been saying no, but
No.
then when I went in, okay.
No, come on, Judith. Say yes. You know, it's a good It's a good thing to do. Put some, especially on the iPad, Judith. There's lots of new features that iOS 16's got in there, and it helps
Right.
the two devices talk to each other.
Oh, excellent. All right, then seeing you said do it, I'll do it.
That's what we like, Judith. All
Good
right.
one, Judith. Thank
All
you
right.
so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
Well-
Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Jade.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good afternoon. Where do you see the updates?
So, settings, general, software update. Let's see how I went.
General, software update, automatic updates on.
That's it, but it should come along and tell you we're checking for updates. So I'm on iOS 16.
Oh, there we go.
16.1.2.
Judith, I'm the same. It's asking me, do I want to do that?
Yeah, so when you go home, not now, because you won't get any phone calls for a while.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'd update my phone permanently if I
Yeah,
could.
exactly. Some people would press that button tonight.
Okay, tonight. Oh,
Yes, when you go home.
Why doesn't that give me an option, like a warning?
It would have put a little mark up there, and I think it's just been bypassed.
Right. Well, another problem I'm going to solve and be indulgent here. My message bank still isn't working.
I have a solution for you.
Excellent, because I'm not getting anybody's messages, and I'm sure there's a whole heap of people out there going, "Gee, that Jade Robrin, she's a bit of a, you know what?"
So,
not getting back to me.
for people out there who've got a iPhone with Telstra Message Bank on there, and it gives you like a little bit of a visual part on there that Jade rang me and left a message on the phone. First of all, you've got to dial 101 and go through every message, answer them, return them, delete them.
Yes.
Then you go to your phone, delete all of those visual voicemail messages.
Yep.
Then there is a deleted part in there as well. So when you go to the deleted part, it'll show you all the ones you've just deleted. Wipe those off, restart your phone, and you're back to normal. It'll work.
That sounds a bit difficult. You kind of lost me halfway through there. My eyes just started to glaze over. I might just hand you my phone when you leave the studio.
Yes.
Just go get a cup of tea, because apparently that's good for you.
Look, I'll answer all your calls. But yeah, this is Jade. No, you want to talk to you, bye.
Let's talk to Rick. Hi, Rick.
Good afternoon, Jade, Richard. Hi, both.
Good, Rick.
Good. Richard, a couple of questions. One, I've got Foxtel Go app on my mobile, which is a Samsung S22 Ultra.
Yeah.
Now, that just allows me to log into Foxtel
Yes.
and watch the programs on my mobile if I'm out and about.
Yeah.
Now, I've done a firmware upgrade from Samsung, and now it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not the first time I hear these things.
Right.
You've checked for a new update to the app, haven't you?
I have. I've deleted the app and I've reinstalled the app. And
what's the error message you get for it, Rick?
It just comes up and says, "Oops, try again later."
And what did Foxtel say?
Well, it says, "What's the code at the bottom?" And I say it's FE4183, and they say, "All right, leave it with us." No, we don't know what to do. We're going to escalate it up to the next level. I thought, we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
And that was like 2 weeks ago, and no one's done it.
They're shocking with their apps.
Yes, yeah.
They really
Now, the second thing is I've got Messenger on my phone.
Yes.
And in my contacts, I've got all these people that I don't even know. How do I cull them?
You should just be able to go in and get rid of them.
How's that happened?
Did you give them access? Did you give them access to your when you set up Messenger? Did you give them access to your contacts?
I think I did. Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I would delete Messenger.
Right.
Sign out of Facebook. Sign out of Messenger. Delete the apps. Right.
Right.
Go back in, and when you're setting up Messenger this time, it'll say, "Can we add in all your phone contacts?" And I would say no. That's a standard thing I've got all the time. I just say no.
Okay.
That's easier than going through and deleting them all.
Yeah. Yeah, do it that way.
So that will get rid of all those people, will it?
Yeah. You'll just go back to your Facebook ones.
Right, okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance. You go looking for something and you got to scroll through. I don't know this one, don't know him, don't know him. So
I mean, I'm just going through mine now, and I've got I've only got 89 contacts in Facebook and in my Messenger. That's all.
Right. All right, Richard.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Bill's in the mail, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks, Rick. Good man.
Thank you. Bye.
He just likes a beer at the Havelock, Rick. He's a simple, easy man, aren't you?
I was just going to say, this is the forum for you to ring up.
Yeah.
Right. Come on, ring up on air, and I'll tell a story in a minute.
Perfect. Let's talk to Di. Hello, Di.
Hi, Di.
Good afternoon, Jade. Hi, Richard. I don't know if I'm doomed or you are.
Right.
Uh-oh.
My phone died.
Okay.
Literally no warning.
Right.
It just died, so I've been between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
My son is organising a new one for me because I can't get out at the moment. As you know, I've not been well.
Yep.
So I've been lent a phone until my new one arrives because I've got to have a phone. You know, I live on my own.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But do you remember I bought the iPad and I've got no internet?
That's right. So you're going to be.
You said, it's something on the left.
You're going to be stuck. Have you got a hotspot connection on the phone that you've been lent?
Oh, crikey, Richard. Come on, you're talking to me.
Di, you're going to have to... You give me a call after 4 o'clock today, all right?
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know if I know I've got your number because I've lost everything.
We'll put
Have you got a
back.
pen?
We'll put you back to Tammy, all right?
Oh, okay. Yep, no dramas. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Di, very much. We're going to take a really short break, but stay there. Jenny, Rita, anyone else that gives us a buzz, 8223 0000. We'll be back in a tick.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get free installation? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? 2. The largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers and get free installation on your cabinets with laminate benchtops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Imagine the thought of innovation at your fingertips, accelerating with efficiency and power. Imagine a bold, striking design with the comfort and confidence of advanced safety tech. Imagine where you could go in a Hyundai SUV. An SUV range with enough style, tech and performance to turn your imagination into reality. So if you're thinking SUV, think Hyundai SUV. Discover yours at hyundai.com.au.
When elite athletes retire, they can find themselves lost for a purpose. Like Tim Ginniver.
Hey, cut it out.
The team at Greyhounds as Pets find former stars of the track a cosy home for them to put their feet up and enjoy retirement.
Now that sounds pretty good to me.
They're typically placid creatures in their later years.
Mate, I can still kick a footy.
And all are house-trained.
No comment.
For more info, visit the Greyhounds as Pets website.
As the holidays approach, all children deserve to be rewarded for their hard work throughout the year. Sophie is 8 years old and poverty blocks her progress at every turn.
Mum says I can be anything I want to be.
She's still so determined to learn, but often she doesn't have what she needs for school. You can help remove the barriers Sophie faces by giving her access to vital out-of-school learning programs. Change the course of a child's life this Christmas. Search the Smith family and donate today.
G'day, Jim. How was your stay in the all-new Riverview Villa at the Berry Hotel?
Oh, Pete, it was very nice.
Berry? Do you mean very, mate?
No, I mean very nice. The Berry Hotel's all-new villas have very comfy beds, very nice waterfront dining, and I played a pretty good round of golf too.
Don't you mean very good round of golf, mate?
Nah, it wasn't that good.
The Berry Hotel, just a couple of hours from Adelaide. It's the very perfect place for your summer getaway. Book now at berryhotel.com.au. These new waterfront villas are booking very fast.
I'm Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Did you know Western Hospital conducts weight loss surgery? We all know increased weight can contribute to many other chronic diseases, as well as emotional health. Weight loss surgery may be able to help, and you may be surprised how affordable this is and the short length of your hospital stay. We encourage healthy eating habits and weight, but when this cannot be achieved, there may be another option. For more information about weight loss surgery, visit westernhospital.com.au.
$13.95, Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to Tech Talk with Richard Pascoe, thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist.
And if you're watching the live stream, fingers are going everywhere. It's like you're playing
Yeah, it's
the
like
piano,
on the DJ in a booth in Ibiza.
No,
yeah,
it's good.
That's what I do.
I had a phone call. We'll get to you, Jenny, Rita and Karen in a moment. I had a phone call this morning from a woman who said the TV is sparking and crackling. And I said, should really ring us up on air this afternoon. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
Right? And why would that be? And I said, well, you surprised to me much. She goes, it sparks, it crackles, and the whole screen picture just disappears. I said, how old is it? And she goes, it's 15 years. And I said, it's time to put it out to pasture now. Put a bullet in it. It's done.
It's an old model, Dal. It is what we call vintage in the word of
And she
technology.
went, why don't the other TVs break down? So did you buy them at the same time? No, you've answered your own question. Sorry.
Even I know the answer to
Yes.
that. And I'm
She
not
didn't
a
want to
tech
ring
head.
up on air.
Oh, that's fair enough. And
No,
some
it's
people
not.
don't.
We need people ringing up. Like
Well-
Jenny, Rita and Karen. Well done.
Correct. Welcome, Jenny. Hello.
Hello, Jade. Hi, Richard.
Hi,
Richard,
Jenny.
last week I rang about my iPad mini 6th generation and you said to do all this blah, 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 blah. I did
Well, it's not probably what I'd said. Did I say blah, blah, blah?
That's what it means
Yeah,
to Jenny and I. When you're talking,
I
that
don't-
sounds like Chinese to us.
Well, I don't say it as well as you do, Richard.
Okay.
But I did it all, and the following day, lo and behold, Messenger popped up on my mini iPad. So thank you very much. I had tried for weeks to get it, and after speaking to you, voila, within 24 hours, I had all Messenger back up.
Hey, that's
So
great
thank you.
news. Thanks, Jenny. That's
Thanks,
great.
Richard. Thanks.
Enjoy. Thank you so much. You can send him a Messenger message to say thank you now. Hello, Rita.
Hi, Jade. Richard.
Rita.
We've just done the 7/4 switch on our TV.
Right.
We've got all the digital channels and everything all working.
Yeah.
But with 7/4, all we've got is audio and no picture.
Yeah, I thought I was going to start to get this call now. Just 7, we're retuning everything in. How old's your antenna?
It's all new. It's new TV.
It's a brand new TV, but that one channel is not.
No, all the other channels are doing. I mean, we've always had like 7 Mate and all that, and that's now says 7 Mate now 7/4 Bravo or whatever.
That's right.
So we've retuned it, tried it. It's still just saying audio only, audio program.
I tell you what, Rita, ring me back next week at this same time. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I've got to retune my TVs in. So let me have a look, all right?
Okay, then that'd be great, Richard.
All right. Thanks, Rita.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Thanks. We'll talk to you next
I
week.
lead an exciting life and have to go home and retune the TV.
Oh, someone's got to do it. Let's talk to Karen. Hello, Karen.
How are you going?
We're good, thank you.
Good, Karen.
Good. Listen, my husband's got an iPhone and I've got a Samsung. He doesn't receive any picture messages from me or he can't send any to me.
Oh, yes. This happens to my father-in-law.
It's weird.
Who's your provider?
Mine is Telstra, and so is my husband. My husband's is a work phone.
Yeah. And we're going from Android to iPhone?
Yeah.
So when he's sharing the picture, how's he doing it? So you've got the iPhone, he's got the Android phone, or is it the other way around?
Yeah. No, he's got the iPhone, I've got the Android. And sorry, I'm with Vodafone, and I'm assuming he's with Telstra. I don't know, with his work phone. But he takes a picture and he wants to send it to me through message.
Yep.
And it doesn't appear at all. And similarly with me, if I take a picture and want to send it to him through message,
it doesn't appear on
either.
I would.
And it's not just between our phones; it's also with other people. He can get them from iPhone users, but not from Samsung users.
All right, I'm going to take this. I'm not going to give you an answer today because I just want to clarify something first, Karen.
Yep.
We're going to put you back just to Tammy, and I just want to I'll give you a call off air. All right, I just want to have a longer discussion about this with you. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Karen. And we've got Glenn in Redwood Park. Hello, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
How are you, Richard?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Glenn.
Great day to do gardening.
Yeah, I thought I was going to say
I'm
yes.
jealous.
Yeah, know who it is.
Yeah, I know that.
Quick one for you, Richard.
Yes, mate.
My Outlook emails, for some reason, everything that I sitting in the deleted folder suddenly popped back up into the inbox and duplicated.
What antivirus have you got in there, Glenn?
Defender.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that. I would. It just. Have you got any rules in there, Glenn?
Got any what? Sorry.
Rules. It's part of Outlook. What I would do, Glenn, is just to if you do a Google search and say rules in Outlook, make sure, and it'll explain to you how to see them. Make sure you haven't got any rules in Outlook, and then restart Outlook and see if it still happens.
Okay.
All right. And if
the
it
only thing
doesn't,
I didn't do is I hadn't emptied my deleted folder, you see, so there was 4,000-something emails sitting in there.
right? Have you done it now?
I've got rid of it, yeah, that's all empty now.
That's
well
good.
and truly empty.
Make sure you haven't got any rules, Glenn. All right?
Okay, cool.
And we'll go from there.
You've got a message here from Michelle. Hi, Richard. Is there any precaution I need to take before installing the bank app on my iPad, please? I keep iOS update. I've been using Windows for internet banking previously, and now I wish to use the iPad.
No, just install the app, sign in, and you will be fine.
There we go. Nice. Hey, this is exciting. Apple Music adding a karaoke experience.
I think this will be great for so many people out there. So it should be here very, very soon so that you'll be able to use lyrics, sing to your favourite songs. On there, they'll have background vocals as well, so vocal lines will be sung simultaneously. They will animate independently from it as well. Multiple vocalists you'll be able to have as well to go along and do it. And it's all part of a new feature, as well as there's a classical feature coming to Apple Music as well, just for classical music, which a lot of listeners I think will love.
I cannot wait for this because I think I'm a fabulous singer in my own shower.
Yes.
So this will be so much fun for me. I cannot wait. Let's go to Val. Hello, Val.
Hello, Jade. Could I speak to Richard, please?
Yes, Val.
Fire away.
Thank you. I've got an iPhone 13, and if I get a phone call that's not in my contact list, it comes up as a silent call, and I don't hear it ring.
There is a setting in your phone, Val, that says we only take calls from people that are in our contact list, and I think somebody's turned that on for you.
Okay.
All
so
right.
where do I get into? Go into settings and
Settings and phone. I'm just desperately go into it. But there is a part in there that says only take calls from people in my contact list. So I think somebody's turned that on for you, Val, without you knowing.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So where does she go? Into settings,
into settings, phone? Contacts, settings and phone in there. So it goes along and says, so it's settings, phone, and it's got silence unknown callers. I reckon you've got that turned on. It should be off.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
thanks, Val.
To you both.
Thanks, Val. You too.
Thank you so much. That's a wrap for you today.
Lots of good questions.
Lots of fantastic questions. I love those all. Variety, spice of life. That is Richard Pascoe, thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist. Coming up after the break, we're going to be talking about fitness and children. There are calls for a national physical activity plan after our kids got a big F for fail in that department, and Christmas retail trends. We'll be back soon.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. The Australian economy has continued to grow, but not as much as had been expected. Police have made another arrest as they continue to investigate an alleged gang rape in the city. The US is pledging to help Australia build nuclear-powered submarines as soon as possible, and the AFL has locked in the name of its extra round in SA next year. It's called Gather Round, a festival of footy. Partly cloudy this afternoon, currently it's 19 degrees. More news at 4 o'clock and As It Happens on 5AA.
Mate, it was so easy. Drop the car into Automasters. Next thing, I get a video on my phone.
AutoCam. It's new from Automasters.
The Surface Advisor is there, live, doing a real-time report on my car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
He shows me the problem, makes a recommendation, and look, there's the quote.
So good. Totally transparent. Instant SMS approval and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. The future of vehicle servicing here now. Call 1300 Automasters.
Helping artists tell their stories, to me, that's big.
Training and opportunities for a new career, to me, that's big.
Showing girls that they can do anything in any field.
Creating jobs and opportunities for our mob.
A place the community can call their own. To me, that's big.
We've built great communities in regional South Australia.
And to have support to keep them great for a long time to come.
To us, that's big too.
To find out more about BHP's community programs, visit bhp.com.
And in news just to hand,
average wait times for new motor vehicles has stretched to...
Wait, no! Ford has selected SUVs in stock!
Really?
Yeah! Right now!
Let's go get one! Quick! Come on, let's go!
Get into your Ford dealership quick and get into a high-tech Escape or award-winning Puma quicker, with selected models available for immediate delivery.
Oh, I'll take that one, please!
T's and C's apply. See Ford.com.au for details.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Ines from the Go Vita store in Manapara. Nutrivital Premium Stress and Anxiety 60 tablets containing ashwagandha, ginseng and radiola. Recommended retail price is $50.95, now a fabulous $29.95.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. The Velo Adelaide 500 plant sale. All those plants in the stands, marquees and hospitality areas are for sale from Monday to this Sunday. Victoria Park. Enter through Gate 1 off Halifax Street. Ovation of the Seas, the biggest and boldest ship to sail Australia is here. Don't miss out for next year. Call Phil Hoffman Travel now. Capri Theatre celebrates New Year's Eve with Barbara Streisand and Ryan O'Neill in What's Up Doc, plus fireworks on the big screen and more. Book at capri.org.au. FIVEAA, supporting local business. I booked the car into Automasters. Next thing, there's a video on my phone.
He shows me the problem, makes a recommendation, and look, there's the quote.
So good, totally transparent, instant SMS approval, and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam, new from Automasters.
$13.95. Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to the program. It's 3:35 on this glorious Wednesday afternoon, and we have spoken about the weather already today, but a story that just popped up on the Advertiser about weather come Christmas time, because let's be honest, we've had, ups and downs in the weather stakes, and I think a lot of people are asking, are we going to have a nice sunny day for Christmas? Well, the answer looks like yes. Now, the Bureau of Meteorology, they won't release their official Christmas forecast until December 18, but AccuWeather, they are predicting that Adelaide will have a Christmas day, 27 degrees on the 25th of December and 29 degrees on Boxing Day. That is perfect Christmas weather, isn't it? Crank the barbie and throw the prawns into a beautiful salad, swim, or get the sprinklers happening. Perfect Christmas weather. I've got an update here. A Coombe monitor conditions issued for Coombe northwest of Keith in the upper southeast. It's a fire warning. Now, this fire is causing smoke to drift across the Dukes Highway area. So you are advised to close all doors and windows and stay indoors if the smoke is causing you concern. Please be careful when driving, as the smoke, it may reduce visibility. The CFS have got updates on their website. You can jump onto cfs.sa.gov.au, or you can phone the info line 1800 362 361. What the CFS is asking you to do is check and follow your bushfire survival plan. Stay alert for potential dangers such as smoke, increased traffic and falling trees, and to please drive safely there. So just repeating, Coombe, this is a fire warning for Coombe, northwest of Keith in the upper southeast. I've got a couple of tickets to give away. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favourite Christmas movie? So I've said to you guys before, mine is The Holiday, and on the Sun website this morning, the UK site, they said that they're going to be making a sequel. I got very, very excited. Anyway, the producer came out a couple of hours later and said, that is not true. Sorry, The Sun, you have run with fake news. But it got me thinking about Christmas movies. There are so many fantastic Christmas movies around. Call in and tell me what yours is, 8223 0000. And I've got tickets to go and see the Sixers this Friday. They're taking on the Perth Wildcats at the Entertainment Centre. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and you can buy tickets from Ticket Tech if you want to head along. Or I've got tickets to come along to an exclusive screening to A Man Called Otto. It's a heartwarming story of how some families come together from the most unexpected places. It's based on the New York Times #1 bestseller. So Call in 8223 0000 and let me know what's your favourite Christmas movie. Now, at the end of school year, it's just around the corner, so parents, you'll be getting a report card sent home very soon. But here's an early one for you. Aussie kids have been given an F for fail in the 2022 Active Healthy Kids Australia report card. Joining us is Professor Tim Olds from the University of South Australia. Professor, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Jade. Good afternoon.
So why are our kids failing in this area?
Right, we didn't actually quite get an F. We got a D minus, so it's slightly better.
Okay.
So what that means is that only about 20 to 25% of kids are meeting the recommendations. So it's recommended that kids, school-age kids, get at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity every day. This doesn't necessarily running marathons, but it could be riding bikes or playing in the pool or even going for a really brisk walk, bushwalk or something like that. And only about 20% of kids make it.
That's not good enough, is it? Can we blame screen time on that or us parents not getting them out and about? Why?
No, I know. If I knew that, I'd be out of a job, Joe.
Yeah.
But there are obviously lots of factors. So obviously anything which takes time away from other time in the day will reduce physical activity. And we do normally find that kids who get a lot of screen time tend to get less physical activity. Partly because they go to bed late, and so they tend to get up late. And a lot of kids' physical activities in the morning, where they may go to, say, walk to school or do some sport practice in the morning, sort of thing. But there are lots of different reasons. We've just done a recent study, actually, where we've monitored people year-round. We find that people are less active in winter and less active at Christmas time. So there are critical times of the year as well where it's important to be active.
Is it also a case of monkey see, monkey do? So if kids don't see their parents being active or, carers or grandparents being active, then they're not?
Yeah, there is actually a pretty strong correlation between kids being active and parents being active. But, that could be a genetic thing. It could just be you're born with the active gene or the lazy gene and you're passed on to your kids. Or it could obviously be the sort of the household culture that you're in. It could also mean, there's some households that have a lot of resources for physical activity. They've got an extra car, for example, to ferry kids to sports meetings and things of that sort. There's a lot of factors. But co-play is where parents play with their kids is important, particularly when kids are little. It's a really big thing. So parents take them to the park, have a play in the swings, for example, or take them to the beach for a swim. And so both co-play and modelling where kids imitate their parents, so they're both important factors.
Is there such thing as the lazy gene and an active gene?
Probably, yeah. Well, yeah, like that simplifies matters.
Yeah.
But there certainly are people who are genetically predisposed to be quite active, to spend a lot of energy, and others who are not. And you can sort of think about it as sort of evolutionary strategies when we're surviving in hundreds of thousands of years ago. That on the one hand, it's good to sort of be lazy and conserve energy when there's not a lot of energy around, not a lot of food around. On the other hand, it's also good to be active because you have to escape predators and hunt food and so forth. So I suppose you can see them as different ways of adapting to different evolutionary strategies to ensure survival.
Should there be PE in schools every day rather than once or twice a week? Is that possibly a solution?
One of the recommendations of this report card is sort of a consortium of universities, including the University of South Australia. And we basically gathered all the information we have on physical activity patterns of kids in Australia over the last 5 years. We issue a report card every 2 years. And one of the recommendations, there should be specialist PE teachers in primary school. So it's really important. It makes a big difference. So, yeah, certainly getting activity at school is an important area. Those schools on the whole do pretty well. The schools score pretty well on our scorecard. The real problem arises, I think, when they leave school during the holidays or when they go home. That's where some kids will go out and they get their tennis lessons or their swimming lessons, and others will sit in front of the TV and eat snack food.
How much physical activity should kids get every day?
Well, the recommendation is 60 minutes a day. So 60 minutes of, pretty vigorous activity. And when you think about it, that's a fair bit. But if you spread it out of, 10 minutes at recess and, 20 minutes at lunch and 30 minutes outside, and that could include walking to school. So it's quite easy to plan a day, a well-planned day that will get you that 60 minutes.
And if they don't, what habits does that form?
Well, there's enormous evidence that the more physical activity kids get, and adults get in particular, the better their health. So they're less likely to be overweight and obese. They're less likely to suffer from diabetes, cardiovascular disease when they get older. There's quite a bit of evidence linking physical activity in kids to academic performance, particularly for some reason boys in mathematics. So boys who are active seem to be much better in mathematics, which is consistent but odd finding. And also mental health as well. That's an important thing. So there are lots of benefits to physical activity other than what we tend to think of, which is, obesity and fatness.
It's all pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, we talk about this sort of research quite often throughout the year, but yet it just doesn't seem like anything gets done. I mean, rather than talk about it, let's do something. I mean, well, what is the next step? I bet this is really frustrating for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're quite right. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've just found lots of different ways of saying that being physically active is good for you.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
very
much.
Hard. It's just very hard to actually get people to change their behaviours. One of the things we're recommending is sort of a national physical activity plan. There have been some really good initiatives at the state level, particularly South Australian state level, actually. But we really need a national plan. We need to monitor, so we need to know how kids are and how that changes over time, so we can work out what's working and what's not. And we also it needs to be coordinated across different government departments. So transport needs to be there. So, how can we set up transport so the kids can walk at least part of the way to school, for example. Schools have to look at, their physical activity programs within schools. Urban design, can we, just plant trees along the routes that kids take to school on a summer's day. So it needs to be a coordinated plan which goes across a whole lot of government departments.
It does, because then, I mean, when you say that, I think, the lollipop, people. Not all schools have lollipop people anymore either. So then parents think, hang on a moment, that might not be safe for kids to cross roads. So it's every little bit that you look at. Yeah,
that's true. On monitoring traffic flows, and just footpaths. Lots of places in rural Australia just don't have footpaths at all. It's actually pretty hard to walk to school. So really quite simple things in terms of the environment. Though Australia actually scores pretty well in terms of our built environment. We've got really good conditions. We've got great weather. We have pretty good sports facilities, tennis courts and the beach and pools and things. But at the moment, we're just not using them as best we could.
Professor, thank you so much for joining us. We've got a message here from Sue. Hi, Jade. My parents were both couch potatoes. I was sporty and active. My sister's not so. But until my dad got polio in the late 50s, he was a very handy footy player. Even won the male medal, then known as the Sunday Advertiser Trophy in 1955. Photo as proof. Oh, I believe you, Sue. What is the solution? I mean, do we start taking our kids out for an extra 10 minutes a day and then slowly, add up? But, I mean, I get sick of talking about this probably 4 or 5 times a year. I mean, we know that our kids aren't out and about enough. So let's do something about it. I mean, if we do something about it now, guess what? It saves billions of dollars later in life in the healthcare system. It seems a really, really simple solution.
The 2022 FIVEAA Variety Radiothon proudly raising much-needed funds for Variety, the children's charity. A wonderful supporter of this year's Radiothon was NRG Solar, South Australia's trusted provider of tailored solar solutions for home and business. Give the team at NRG Solar a call today to discuss your solar and battery needs. Thank you, NRG Solar, for your support of this year's FIVEAA Radiothon, raising funds for Variety, the children's charity.
This is the BBC. There's been a murder at Adelaide's Her Majesty's Theatre. Someone is hiding something. Only one of them knows the answer.
Turn that thing off.
A murder?
The woman was strangled.
Are you sure you didn't see or hear anybody?
Agatha Christie's masterpiece, The Mousetrap, celebrating a thrilling 70 years on the West End. Now at Her Majesty's Theatre from December. Book at themousetrap.com.au.
Introducing the Drive Car of the Year, the Kia Sportage. Awarded for its new turbo engine that gives you progressive performance. The Kia Sportage has a boldly sculpted sportsback design and soft touch leather interior, making it a natural leader. Kia Sportage, the Drive Car of the Year. To find out more, visit kia.com.au or visit your nearest Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This Christmas, give the gift of an unbeatable experience. One of the pristine coastlines, breathtaking views, crystal clear water, Australian wildlife up close, tours, dining under an enchanted fig tree, or quad biking, even swimming with dolphins. Give a SeaLink gift voucher and soak up every bit of what Kangaroo Island has to offer. Starting at just $20, it's the perfect Chrissy gift for friends, family, or yourself. And here's something you may not know. A SeaLink gift voucher isn't just useful for ferry travel to KI. It can be redeemed against any product offered by SeaLink in South Australia, including tours, holiday packages, accommodation, even Adelaide sightseeing tours and the Murray Princess. You'll actually be giving someone their own personal travel experience because they get to choose. For more, visit sealink.com.au and buy your gift voucher online. That's sealink.com.au.
Apply for a mobile card for your business today. Visit mobilecard.com.au to get discounts on mobile quality fuels, zero account fees and other exclusive benefits. Mobile Card, your business sorted.
You simply can't imagine how it would feel to hear a doctor say, your child has a terminal genetic illness. Renee has heard those devastating words 3 times. Her 3 beautiful young kids may never see their 20th birthdays. Childhood dementia causes 90 deaths every year in Australia. It's a number similar to cancer. Little Heroes Foundation, in their support of sick kids, is right behind Renee and other families like hers. You can donate, volunteer and help fundraise by visiting littleheroesfoundation.com.au.
You don't just do a good barbie, you're the Tong Master. You're not flipping snags, you're the Backyard Hospitality Director. So you deserve the very best outdoor kitchen from Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Choose from the best appliances, add a bar fridge or pizza oven, or stun your guests with one of our custom-made concrete bench tops. We do outdoor ones and indoor ones too. Order now and be entertaining next year while the weather is still warm. Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens for appliances, custom concrete bench tops, barbecues and more. Go to adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
$13.95. Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to Afternoons. If you'd like to head along to the Sixers this Friday, they're taking on the Perth Wildcats. Give Timmy a call now, 8223 0055. How's your Christmas shopping going? I haven't even started mine yet, but I might not have to if I follow a new Christmas trend. To make Christmas stress-free, 64% of Aussies are choosing to give cash as presents. What do you think of that? Dr. Eloise Zopos from Monash Uni joins us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Lovely to have you on the program. So do you think it's okay to give cash at Christmas?
Well, I think everybody would say yes to cash at Christmas. You know, it's an easy gift. You can buy what you want. And our research is showing that cash as a gift this Christmas has become more popular than ever. And in addition to cash, gift vouchers are also proving popular this year as well.
Is that because we're, not that keen to go into the shops as yet after COVID?
I think there's a few reasons that we're hearing about why people are looking to give gift vouchers and cash. One might be people don't want to go to physical stores. Another might be people just simply don't know what to buy for their friends and family. But another reason is that people are really looking to be more sustainable with what they're buying and how they're living more generally. So if they're a bit concerned of whether someone will like a present or will it go to waste, cash and gift vouchers are a great way to be sustainable with what you're giving as well.
It's crazy to think that it's the first, lockdown-free Christmas since 2019. How has that changed our shopping habits?
Well, it's been a long few years, hasn't it? So I think people have really been getting into the Christmas spirit this year. And what we're seeing is that, although people typically might think of avoiding the shops at Christmas time, it's busy, it's hard to get a car park. Actually, our research is showing that coming out of the pandemic, physical retail stores are really having a resurgence as people really enjoy that experience of going out, maybe being social on a shopping trip or getting to touch and feel products and really just have that customer experience that is really hard to replicate online. So people are really enjoying the idea of getting back to physical retail stores coming out of the pandemic.
And what are we buying?
Well, this year for Christmas, our research is showing that clothing, footwear and accessories and toys and games are the number 1 and 2 categories for physical gifts. But what we're seeing is a real rise in other categories such as books and stationery and food and beverage. So those two categories have increased year on year in popularity, and it may be because people have more people to buy for, or they make great stocking fillers. Those items in food and beverages and books and stationery, you really can't go wrong with giving someone something from those categories.
Who are we buying for?
Well, we asked respondents in our survey who they're buying for, and consistently we're being told that, unsurprisingly, immediate family are the main group of people that we'll be buying gifts for this year, and that's followed by extended family, but also friends as well. A lot of consumers are really getting into giving their friends gifts for Christmas as well.
How much are we spending?
Spend ranges depending on the person and who they're buying for, but for extended and immediate family, spend in our survey is up to around $500, and while for friends it's a little bit lower, but still quite high at around $200 on people in our friendship groups.
And do you think because of COVID, many of us, being separated over, many years, are we going all out this year to make up for lost time?
It does seem like that a little bit, doesn't it? Even Christmas decorations and Christmas trees in stores started earlier than ever this year. It's the first lockdown-free Christmas or lockdown-free Christmas we've had in a year since 2019. So there's, the chance to see more friends and family and travel that people might not have been able to see for the last few years. So certainly it seems in-store retail, in-store Christmas started earlier, and people seem to be getting into the Christmas spirit as well, with more than half of our respondents telling us they were starting their Christmas shopping more than 4 weeks out from Christmas this year.
You touched on sustainability. It has been in the spotlight a lot in the last few months. Are you seeing shoppers react to that?
Absolutely. We've done some research and found that Australian consumers are becoming more and more mindful of what they're buying, not just around the Christmas season, but just in general. They're becoming more mindful of the social and environmental impacts of what they're purchasing, and over half of consumers are really thinking about what they're buying before they make purchases, and are really trying to change the way they buy in terms of maybe buying from local stores, buying ethically produced goods, and buying goods made from recycled materials.
What about homemade goods?
Homemade goods have become quite popular this year. We saw that become popular last year as well, but that has continued to trend upwards this year. So as people are becoming more sustainable with what they want to give, and as people might have more people to give to this year because they haven't seen friends and family in a while, we'll see homemade gifts become quite meaningful and quite important to a lot of people this year.
Has the cost of living crisis had any impact?
Certainly the cost of living increases has hit Australians hard, and it's a tricky time of year with even more interest rate rises expected on the horizon. And what we're seeing is that potentially how people are addressing that in their Christmas spending is really diverting their spend from perhaps bigger ticket items such as bigger presents or more expensive presents into other categories like food and beverage and books and stationery, and even some homemade gifts as well. So people still really want to celebrate Christmas, but are perhaps changing what they're spending and how they're spending in response to these cost of living increases.
How are we paying for all these gifts? Is it going straight to the credit card?
Well, credit cards are always a very popular form of payment. We're seeing debit cards become very popular this year, and some consumers are telling us that these kinds of buy now, pay later payment options will be used for Christmas spending as well this year.
Have you got a warning for those?
We don't have a warning per se, but we just encourage people to be really mindful of what they're giving and what they can give. And a nice little tip where possible is to buy those presents during the sales. So some of us may have already bought them in the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, but a lot of our consumers in the survey are telling us they're expecting to spend more this year in the Boxing Day sales than they have in recent years, and that might be another result of cost of living increases. As cost of living increases, people want to take more advantage of those sales.
That's interesting because we've just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I thought that might have taken some attention away from Boxing Day sales, but not so?
Well, they have been bigger this year than ever before, but our consumers are telling us their preferred sale is still Boxing Day, and it might be because they've got more time to consider what they want to buy for and who they want to buy for, and it's a nice way to wrap up the end of the year when you're about to see friends and family.
I think it's also a tradition. We're used to, spending up big on Boxing Day, whereas those other two big days, we're not used to having them yet. They're still quite an American thing, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. And particularly with the older demographic as well, Boxing Day remains popular because, as you said, it has been around for so long. I think almost everybody has heard of the famous Boxing Day sale, whereas Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they've become more popular but are still trumped by Boxing Day sales.
Thanks for joining us.
Rollerco would never boast about how good they are at fixing sliding doors and windows, so I'll do it for them. For nearly 40 years, Rollerco have been making and fixing all sorts of sliding doors and windows. They seriously know everything there is to know.